I just moved here to Duluth from South Carolina, where I lived for 3 years. And before that, I lived in North Carolina, and I grew up there. That's kind of where I was born and raised.
So you just moved here on a whim for a job, or do you have family here?
No, I don't. I actually had never been here until I came up here to interview in person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that...
So what caught your eye about J&RS, or how did you come across this?
So really kind of in the past year or so, I've, I think over the past year, kind of a lot of things upended a lot of people's lives.
Yeah.
But I kind of just got to a point where I was kind of dealing with some things and realized that I really needed some
a little change of scenery.
Yeah. So I
absolutely.
needed a lot of change, more than just a little.
Yeah.
So I actually started kind of going on, things like Indeed and kind of looking for jobs. And I didn't really know where I wanted to move. I just knew I wanted to move.
Yeah.
So I would put in like interior design or kitchen and bath design in literally United States and just kind of see what came up and kind of get an idea of kind of what was where and kind of, how different areas are doing in our industry and things like that. And then I found J&RS kind of that way. And then I kind of...
Through Indeed?
Yes. Yeah. And so... I'm very specific with how I do things. So kind of throughout that whole process, I would find a listing and I would look up the company and I would kind of look at it and be like, okay, would I really want to work there? And then I would look up the area and kind of think to myself, would I even really want to live there?
Yeah.
So that's kind of
would
the same thing.
Would you fit in that area?
Exactly. Yeah. Is it a place that I would enjoy being?
Was there anything about Duluth that stood out?
Actually, yes. So I really liked that it's right on Lake Superior, so it's right on the water. And I've kind of realized in myself, no matter where I live, I need to be somewhere in nature. Like I really need like mountains. I lived in the mountains for 4 years in North Carolina. And then in South Carolina, I lived in Hilton Head, which is right at the beach, So I've realized, like I said, that's just kind of something about myself that I've noticed is I need something to marvel at, kind of.
Yeah, like a main landscape.
Yes. Yeah.
For
so
sure.
that's a big thing that I really, it kind of caught my eye about this city because, it's a port city and it's right there. I walk out my apartment and literally the whole lake is there.
Yeah.
So that's really neat.